bienvenue sur Refuge du jour. Aujourd'hui nous allons faire une découverte sur Stratégie Mine. Je vous laisse la configuration, les langues ainsi que l'éditeur. Comme d'habitude, nous allons faire le tacticien, entraînement de base, oui. Qu'est-ce que c'est? Stratégie Mine, stratégie. Voilà. Et comme on voit très bien que c'est militaire.
Welcome to the Strategic Mind tutorial. In this operation, you will learn how to deploy and move your troops, attack the enemy, and be victorious. If you are new to this genre and have not played many turn-based war games, we advise you to complete all the tutorial operations. You can skip any message by clicking on it with the left mouse button.
C'est très joli. Alors, vous pouvez maintenant...
Units under your command are listed in the Units panel at the bottom of the screen.
Oui, je vois les unités que
To the left, you can find the minimap, which will help you to quickly get your bearings in battle. All objects are marked with the corresponding color. Your units are green, allied units are blue, the enemies are red.
Ok, vos unités sont vertes, les unités alliées sont bleues, ok, et ok, tout est expliqué tout en haut à gauche, hein. Vous êtes, voilà, vous êtes très intelligent. Moi, je vous cache un peu, donc on va voir si je me déplace ici, est-ce que je vous cacherai des choses, on verra.
In the Units panel at the bottom of the screen, you can see the unit that is currently selected, the tank. Open its unit info screen by clicking on the highlighted button. The unit info screen contains all the key data about the selected unit.
Écran d'affichage, ouais. Donc, qu'est-ce que c'est ça?
Under the unit picture, you can see its strength. Both the unit's health and damage output depend on strength. The lower the strength, the less damage the unit will deal to the enemy. If the strength reaches 0, the unit is destroyed or forced to retreat.
Okay.
The unit's combat parameters are listed at the top right corner. The higher they are, the better.
Ok, si c'est 0 contre l'avion, 0 contre l'eau, fort contre l'infanterie, 5 contre ça, ça je sais pas.
With the mouse over the combat parameter, you will see a hint with a list of all bonuses and penalties to that parameter at the moment.
Okay.
Now click on the highlighted parameter. This is more detailed information on how this parameter works. Now close this tab.
Contre le terrestre, ok. Bouclier, c'est terrestre, ok. Là, c'est la défense. Non.
Right under the combat parameters, you can see the unit's equipment panel. And underneath it, you can see the skills panel. The unit's class is indicated right above its picture. There you can see its model name as well. You can always change a model name to a custom entry by clicking on. Now close the unit info. It is high time for troops deployment. Every operation starts with a deploy. Look at the highlighted hex. It is a deployment hex. You can now deploy your artillery unit to the adjacent empty hex. Deploy the tank unit. Great! Now your army is ready to do battle. Click on the End Deploy button to begin the operation. In the top left corner of the screen, you can see the list of your primary and secondary objectives for this operation. Above, you can also see a Victory Progress bar. This bar indicates how well your troops are doing in the operation.
Okay.
At the top right corner of the screen, you can find the Command Points button. Command points are used for troop embarkation on air, naval, or train transport, and for the use of headquarters skills, special abilities, giving various tactical advantages to your forces. You can click on it to see the HQ skills available. You will learn more about it in another part of the tutorial.
Okay.
To the left, you can find the Prestige
Le
button.
prestige.
Prestige is a resource you can use to acquire more troops and select the tank by clicking on it. To the right, in the Unit Actions panel, you can see the Embarkation and Headquarters skills buttons. Below, you can see the active skills if there are any. In the case of naval units or armored trains, the different parts of the ship or train are also displayed here.
Ok, 6 mouvements.
The hexes where the unit can move to are highlighted. Now move your tank to the designated hex by clicking on it with the right mouse button. Usually, units can move and attack only once per turn. However, there are a number of exceptions to this rule,
Ok.
which will be presented at the later stages of the tutorial.
Soit ils attaquent,
Units
soit ils
can
se
attack
déplacent.
either
Sauf
before
dans
or
ce
after their
tutoriel.
movement.
Alors. Et se déplacer. Ok, ils attaquent et ils se déplacent une fois par tour. Cependant, il existe un certain nombre d'exceptions à cette règle qui seront présentées plus tard.
Select the infantry unit. As you can see, the infantry has fewer movement points than the tanks. To solve this problem, then select the artillery unit.
Ouais, il y a moins de mouvements
Move
de
it
déplacement.
into the designated hex. Your troops have moved to an advantageous position and are ready to storm the city on your next turn. Now your tank can already start firing at the enemy troops. Select the tank unit. Move your mouse over the enemy unit, and when you see the cursor change to a target symbol, click on it with the right mouse button. All of your units have finished their turn. Click the End Turn button. Ahead is the city occupied by the enemy troops. Onward.
Ok.
First, we need to do some scouting. Select your infantry unit. Move it into the designated hex. Now select the artillery unit. Begin the artillery bombardment of the enemy positions.
Ok.
Select the infantry, attack the enemy unit in close, select the tank unit. Move it to the adjacent hex. Finish off the enemy infantry. It is time your troops occupy the victory hex. It is marked with a golden color. Congratulations! You have successfully finished the operation. Now you have the victory screen in front of you. In the leftmost column, the central column has information about prestige. The rightmost columns have your armies that you may have noticed that you're back in action. You have a couple more turns left to deal with these issues. As all of your troops have already finished their turn, you have to click the End Turn button. The enemy still holds some. Attack the enemy. Then select Keep attacking the enemy. Finally,
Voilà,
finish off the enemy unit. All enemy units are defeated. Capture the hex where the enemy headquarters were located. Brilliant! Click on the Victory Progress bar. As you can see, click on the Finish Operation button to exit to the tutorial menu.
Ok. Tacticiel, on fait le 2. Approvisionnement et infanterie. Là, c'est simple. C'est pour ça que j'ai
Good day, Commander. In this operation, we will go over the supply and infrastructure, without which any military campaign would not have been possible.
Moi, ça me fait penser à Age of Empire. Ou Cosaque aussi. Mon père, il jouait énormément à Cosaque. Jusqu'au jour où j'arrêtais pas d'effacer ses parties involontairement. J'ai eu la fille. Alors, nous passerons en revue à... Ok.
In the previous part of the tutorial, we mentioned the key parameters of any unit. Its ammo, fuel, and movement points. The supply system restores ammunition and fuel through infrastructure.
Alors, munitions, carburant et points de Mouvement, ok. Le système d'improvisation restaure des unités, des munitions et le carburant via l'infrastructure. Okay.
Infrastructure is represented by various facilities such as supply hub, maritime hub, supply point, airfield, railroad station, and seaport. Usually infrastructure is marked by the flag of the country which is currently controlling it.
Par un drapeau du pays qui... Ah! Eh ben dis donc.
Later, we will tell you more about every type of infrastructure, but first, you have to capture a staging area for a further offensive operation. Your troops are already in position and ready to advance. Let's not keep the enemy waiting.
Ok, on essaie de capturer la Russie. Ah, oui. Mais là, juste au-dessus, là, c'est mon drapeau.
Select the tank unit. Move it closer to the enemy. Attack the anti-aircraft gun defending the airfield.
Ah, support.
Now we can finish it up. Move into the hex next to the airfield.
Voilà, mouvement.
Attack the anti-aircraft gun. The enemy airfield is now left unprotected. Move the infantry inside and capture it. The airfield has been captured. Now we can move our aircraft units here. The airfield provides supply to aircraft units, restoring their ammo and fuel on every landing. Additionally, aircraft units can acquire new equipment and be reinforced while landed on an airfield. We will get back to it in another part of the tutorial.
Ok.
Right now, we have to attack the enemy artillery. After attacking land targets, aircraft can be moved one hex away to free up the space for the next attacking aircraft unit. Do it now by moving. Great! Keep it. Attack the enemy artillery. The enemy unit is destroyed. Move it into the hex with the supply point.
Ok, les avions peuvent se déplacer après l'attaque.
The supply point is in our hands. Unfortunately, it is severely damaged by our bombardment, so currently it does not provide supply. Open the supply point's info screen by clicking on it with the middle mouse button.
Écran de formation. Je sais plus comment on fait l'écran de formation. Mince. Le point d'improvisation. Ouvrez l'écran information du. Point d'improvisation. En cliquant dessus sur le. Alors. Mince. Au-dessus du bouton. Dessous avec. Ok. Ouais, pourtant j'appuie sur le milieu de la souris. Ok, bon bah, on va faire une nouvelle partie.
The Republic of Finland was declared in 1917
Histoire.
and established.
Histoire
The
alternative.
Continuation War meant to reclaim
bien.
lost Finnish territory. The Republic of Finland was declared in 1917 and established itself in a bitter civil war against communism.
Raisonnable. Oh. Alors je sais pas comment on fait les troupes, c'est super intelligent de ma part.
And so, the Soviet Union shows its true colors. Their troops have crossed our border in force. Gentlemen, the war that began in Poland has finally come to us.
The Soviets claim our troops shelled their positions near the village of Mainila.
An absurd accusation, and they know it. Our artillery was pulled back precisely to prevent an incident like that.
Exactly. They simply needed an excuse to invade us. Now, they've created one.
At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter who fired the first shot. Now we have to defend ourselves.
It does matter to the League of Nations. Our government wants to appeal to the League for assistance.
That's nice, but the League can't help Finland if there is no more Finland to help.
Just so. We must hold the line, General Osh. And you are the best defensive tactician we have.
You'll have your hands full, General. The Soviets plan to overwhelm us with sheer numbers.
A few more months to prepare would have helped. Our main defensive line is still unfinished.
Then we'll have to rely on your skill and the sisu of our soldiers. I am placing my trust in you, General.
I won't let you down. But that appeal to the League, I suggest you tell our government to hurry.
Alors, pourquoi je fais cette tête? Alors, j'ai vu que c'était
General
l'histoire,
Iro,
y a pas de
give us a
souci.
situation report.
The Soviet forces have broken through our border defenses. According to the field reports, they expect this initial attack to push all the way to Viipuri.
Well, they won't reach it. General Osh, you will make sure of it. Destroy the enemy's forward units. The time for diplomacy is over.
Understood, Field Marshal. Our soldiers will meet the enemy at Kanerjärvi. The landscape there is excellent for defense. However, we can't hold the enemy there for long. My current forces won't nearly be enough.
I understand. You'll be reinforced at the earliest opportunity, but before that, the fate of Finland depends on your leadership. Do not let your country down, Leonard.
General Osh, strange enemy activity has been spotted at Patriki. Send in aviation reconnaissance as soon as possible to see what the Soviets are planning.
Understood, General Iro. I will give the orders.
Ok. C'est... Alors, je fais une tête assez particulière parce que... disons que j'en ai un peu plus que marre de trouver des jeux de guerre où les méchants c'est soit les Allemands, soit les Russes. C'est juste ça. Mais bon. Après là c'est historique. Donc je pourrais pardonner. C'est pas le mot mais voilà. Donc j'ai tout cela. Ici. J'ai 21 pour l'essentiel pour
Your forces are comprised of both core and non-core units. Core units' strength indicator is green and round-shaped, and for non-core units it is yellow and hexagon-shaped. Non-core units are allocated for one mission only, while the core units will accompany you throughout the campaign. You will be able to level them up and provide them with new equipment. These units are the ones which should be under your primary protection.
Men, we've got company.
c'est pas ça que je voulais faire mais c'est pas grave.
Leave no tracks.
Ammunition and fuel icons next to unit strength will allow you to quickly get important information about it. If the unit is still able to move during the current turn, the canister icon will be green. If it can no longer move, the icon will be gray. Likewise, the ammunition icon shows whether the unit has attacked this turn. If the unit is low on ammunition or fuel, the corresponding icon is yellow. It becomes red once the unit has run out of it completely.
We'll have plenty of targets soon. Acknowledged.
Hop là. Je préfère me mettre ici.
Tanks are ideal for a rapid offensive in open terrain. However, they are vulnerable in close quarters to the infantry units in difficult terrain, such as cities, mountains, forests, swamps, shallows, and well-entrenched infantry units.
Civil Guard is here.
Infantry is good for assaulting the enemy positions after the artillery and air bombardment. It is also the best unit for storming cities, mountains, forests, and well-entrenched positions. A well-entrenched infantry is a tough target for the enemy assault.
Ok. Pourquoi j'ai pas pu tirer, je sais pas.
I asked you to conduct aerial reconnaissance. General Oesch, an opportunity presents itself to capture some Soviet vehicles. Our scouts report
We could definitely use some armor in this army. Thanks for the tip. I'll see about paying the...
Alors.
Tanks are here. Say goodbye. Here to defend our homeland.
Damage is indicated with the numbers above the unit being attacked. For ground and aircraft units, there are two types of damage, lethal and non-lethal. Both lethal and non-lethal damage decrease the unit's strength. However, non-lethal damage at the same time increases the
Oui, il faut que je fasse attention. Ça, c'est pas moi, ça, c'est un ennemi. Ouais.
Guns cleaned and ready to fire.
Artillery is the basis of the firepower of your
Voilà,
forces.
ça, c'est
It can
fait.
weaken enemy fortifications to allow your troops to attack without heavy losses. It is also good for defense, as it provides fire support to the ground units within its range. However, its main strength is its long firing range, which allows you to destroy the enemy troops from afar. Remember though, artillery is vulnerable to aircraft attacks and in close combat, so it needs to be protected.
Je pense pas que je vais y arriver.
Tank crew reporting.
Oui, c'est
Advancing at full speed.
Be careful when you send your tanks into city, mountain, and forest terrain. If they run into enemy infantry, any skirmish will likely result in heavy losses due to close quarters.
Artillery standing by.
Shoulder to shoulder, side by side. Understood.
We'll flatten them.
Ah, il peut pas tirer.
Soldiers, form up.
You have selected an entrenched unit. When a ground unit finishes its turn while still being able to move, it gains one level of entrenchment. The unit can have up to 6 levels of entrenchment. Each level of entrenchment increases all defenses by 1. The unit loses all levels of entrenchment when it moves. Naval and aircraft units cannot gain entrenchment. Each attack against an entrenched unit reduces the entrenchment level by 1.
Fall in line.
Là. Ferroviaire, ouais. Ferroviaire. Ah, mais là, ça sert à rien. Faut que je les aide ici, mais c'est pas facile. Faut que j'arrive à. Ça va, je comprends.
This unit has run out of ammunition. Move it within the supply zone to resupply it. Supply zone is marked with a white box symbol in the upper corner of each hexagon while the unit is
Ça
selected.
bouge. Ok.
Finnish armor standing by. Advancing at full speed.
Beware the fire support of the enemy artillery if you attack enemy troops with an artillery unit nearby.
No shells left.
Nothing to fire with.
Et ils sont trop en hauteur. Ah.
Can't hide from us. Read you loud and clear.
All city, forest, and mountain terrain offer much better protection from enemy attacks. Right-click an empty hexagon to learn more about its terrain.
Guarding our land from Hanko to
On
Petamo.
va se mettre là avec eux. Parce qu'ils ont mal. 5 points de vie. Ouais.
Ready to do our duty! At once, Commander!
Je crois que c'est pas une bonne idée.
Remember your training. Stick together.
Ça va.
Anti-tank artillery is effective against tanks and other hard targets. Your best tactic when using anti-tank artillery is to position it next to your other forces to provide them with fire support versus attacks from enemy tanks.
Cible facile. Qui n'a pas de
Marshal Mannerheim leads us.
Nothing to fire with. Moving out.
Hop. On va attaquer.
Here to defend our homeland.
On a attaqué. Ah là, il faut pas attaquer fort. Et il fait fort. Et il est revenu, ok.
We have so many enemies. Well,
The Soviet offensive has been repelled, Field Marshal.
Excellent work, General Ush. This gives us some time and we must use it well. I'm sending you some reinforcements as we speak. Assume the command.
D'accord, mais bon.
Your next task will be to capture the airfield near Mustamaki. Take it from the Soviets and we'll be able to send in the Air Force.
Whatever you send, I won't say no to it. We're dealing with an invasion here. I'll give orders to capture that airfield.
Double time, people!
Voilà.
Armored vehicle reporting. Fire!
Arr.
An anti-tank unit has overwatched your troops. When your unit enters gun range of an enemy with active overwatch ability, it is automatically attacked. You can disable the enemy overwatch by attacking it. It is better to do a reconnaissance before sending in your armored forces.
Je préférais que tu fasses ça, moi.
Heading out.
Voilà.
Target in sight.
Bon, rien du tout.
no shells left. Tank killer on the move.
Reconnaissance is extremely important in an offensive, since it provides you with full intelligence information regarding the presence of enemy forces, thus making your attack more effective. A reconnaissance unit can move several times per turn, as long as it has move points left. Once the reconnaissance unit notices the enemy, it automatically stops and then can move again. If an enemy surrenders to your reconnaissance unit, it gains full information about all the enemy units nearby.
Orders confirmed. Firing.
Voilà.
Guns cleaned and ready to fire. We are on our way.
We fight like our fathers did!
Oui.
Remember your training. Stick together. Soldiers, form up.
Il va attaquer. mais
Everyone,
je peux faire ça.
move out.
Je peux faire ça. 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 Je peux faire ça.
make us draw the enemy fire, all right? On our way.
Voilà. Il reste plus que 3 points de vie à ça.
Greetings, General Oesch. Our intelligence service reports that the Soviets have recently...
Thank you for the information,
Ok.
Jen.
Mais laissez-moi le temps d'avoir le gros truc, quoi.
Soldiers, form up.
Understood. Infantry standing by. Enemy killed.
Voilà.
Any orders for us?
Ensuite, ils peuvent revenir.
Fall in line.
We have so many enemies. Where will we bury them all?
Voilà.
All I need is a Bofors gun and a line of sight. Acknowledged.
Your unit has been withdrawn from a supply zone. The delivery of supplies to the unit has been stopped. The supply zone is marked with a white box symbol in the upper corner of each hexagon while the
J'avais pas
unit
vu
is
qu'il y avait,
selected.
si peu de temps.
We do our scouting on foot. Target in sight.
Hop.
Cold wind or rain, we'll do our duty. Hit and run.
Je comprends tout, c'est ça le pire.
Combat mission successful.
Tank crew reporting.
Ouais.
Fire.
Fire!
This unit is on the verge of defeat. Send the unit to the service zone where it can be reinforced. The service zone is a 1 hex range around an infrastructure.
Continuous fire.
Qui d'autre? Non, y a plus rien. Boum!
Guarding our land from Hanko to Pectimo. Shoulder to shoulder, side by side.
J'ai confiance. Pas du tout.
Tank crew reporting. Firing on.
The Soviet breach of
Ah,
our
mince.
main defenses has doomed us all.
Je croyais qu'il y aurait... Oh, j'ai perdu. C'est pas grave. Voilà. Oh! Voilà. Bah, c'était une découverte sur... mince. Sur Stratégie Mine. Où alors je sais pas si c'est suédois ou quoi que ce soit, je sais pas quel drapeau c'est. Ça peut être la Lituanie, l'Estonie, dans les pays là. Voilà. Contre l'armée soviétique de 1946, donc les fans de l'histoire diront quelle guerre c'est. Voilà. Moi je confonds tout. De toute façon, les dates, je les confonds. Même les dates d'anniversaire, je les confonds. Alors, me demandez même pas les dates de guerre et tout ça. Genre 14-18, ça c'est facile. Mais après, j'en sais rien. C'est pas bien. Voilà. Ça m'intéresse plus. Voilà. Voilà. Voilà, voilà. Je vous laisse la configuration, les langues ainsi que l'éditeur. Merci encore pour cette clé. J'espère que vous avez appris vous avez eu du plaisir à découvrir ce jeu. Je vous dis à la prochaine pour d'autres vidéos, d'autres découvertes sur le refuge. Allez, bisous.